going to share an overview of how Synod staff identify potential candidates for the call committee to consider. Whenever a pastor or deacon in the ELCA is wanting to explore finding a new call, they enter into this process by filling out an electronic form called the Rostered Minister Profile, or the RMP. They access this through an online portal, and it basically serves as a standardized pastor or deacon resume. Similar to your congregation's ministry site profile, or MSP, this form is hefty. It includes previous ministry experience, references, multiple choice selections, and narrative sections about gifts for ministry and what a candidate is seeking in their next call. The hope is that by the time you've read through a candidate's profile, you have a decent sense of what type of a pastor or deacon they are. As they are filling out this form, the rostered minister selects what geographies they are willing to serve within.
If the rostered minister selects your synod as one of the geographies they're open to, a member of your synod staff will receive an email as soon as their profile is activated. If the candidate is from within your synod, we check their rostered file to ensure that we are aware of any past issues that may have arisen with the rostered minister that were recorded and submitted to our files. If the candidate is from outside our synod, we will check their bishop's confidential recommendation on the online portal. The purpose of this system is to safeguard our synod and your call process to ensure that rostered ministers with significant performance or discipline issues are not able to jump from synod to synod without our awareness of their background.
Next, we will review the candidate's profile and set up a conversation with them to get a fuller sense of who they are, their gifts and skills for ministry, and the type of context that they're hoping to serve. Then, based on our reading of their profile in this conversation, we then may send them one or more ministry site profiles. Throughout this process, in our conversations and our reading of profiles, we are always looking to identify the best potential matches based on the needs identified by congregations and the gifts and skills of candidates. We encourage you to be open to the full diversity of candidates that this church has to offer. This call process is an opportunity to be open to being surprised by who God is inviting you to consider. Perhaps you will be surprised by your next rostered minister's age, race, ethnicity, sexual orientation, gender identity, first language, immigration status, or life experience. Sometimes before synod staff receive a rostered minister's profile, that rostered minister reaches out and asks a synod staff member to see if they could review a profile from a congregation that they're interested in. Before we share your profile, we ask for the candidate's profile to be submitted to us, and then we move through the steps that we covered above. If there is a potential match, then we will share the congregation's profile for their review.
The candidate then carefully considers the congregation profiles that they received, and they discern would they like to interview them. Keep in mind that candidates are able to interview with congregations in multiple synods. Depending on the synod, candidates may also be available to interview with multiple congregations within your synod. Once a candidate has confirmed with us that they are open to interviewing with your congregation and your call committee is ready to receive names, we send their profile along to your call committee. Your call committee is expected to interview each candidate that they are sent.
Sometimes congregation members know of someone who they think would make a great fit for their congregation. Here's how to proceed in such cases. First, be in touch with us first, rather than with the clergy person directly. We ask you to do this for two reasons. First, it gives the rostered minister space to discern whether they might be open to another call. And second, it helps safeguard your call process to ensure that if there are issues that we or you should be aware of, that occurs before an interview or a call happens.
If the rostered minister is currently within the ELCA, reach out to the call committee with the name and location of that rostered minister. The call committee can then be in touch with the synod staff, who will reach out to the synod where that nominee is located. After checking their file and with the synod's permission, We would then be in touch with the rostered minister to inquire if they are interested in exploring this call. If the nominee is interested, they would complete their profile and receive yours.
We have 6 full communion partners who the ELCA has agreements with, which allow for the sharing of clergy. These churches include the Presbyterian Church, USA, the Reformed Church in America, the United Church of Christ, the Episcopal Church, the Moravian Church, and the United Methodist Church. If the clergy person that you're thinking of is a part of one of these denominations, first reach out to your call committee. The call committee can then reach out to your synod staff, and then we will be in touch with the appropriate judicatory body about the clergy member to ensure that they are in good standing. After this, we will connect with the clergy person, inquire if they're interested, and discuss their openness to interview.